deeper. Your awakening begins now. God's chosen ones. God is guiding your breakthrough. Chosen one, your existence is not a random occurrence, nor is it a coincidence of fate. You have been woven into the fabric of this world with divine intentionality. Every tear you have shed, every hardship you have endured, every triumph you have celebrated, all of it has been a deliberate preparation for what is about to unfold in your life. Have you ever paused and asked yourself, could it be that all the pain, all the waiting, was never punishment but preparation? God's hand has been carefully orchestrating the details of your journey to bring you to this very moment. As it is written, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. You were not simply born, you were appointed. You were placed on this earth at this precise time, in this exact place, because there is a divine mission that only you can fulfill. There is no mistake in your existence, none whatsoever. The universe, under divine instruction, has conspired across generations, nations and circumstances to position you exactly where you are today. Think about the life of Esther, a young woman who, against all odds, was positioned in a royal palace not by luck, but by divine purpose to save her people. And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this? Esther 4:14. Just like Esther, your placement is strategic. Do you sense that something greater is pulling you forward? Reflect for a moment on your beginnings. Perhaps you have been taught to believe that your parents are the sole source of your life, that your story starts and ends with them. But, chosen one, can you feel the deeper truth stirring inside you, that your true origin is far more profound than biology? Your earthly parents were the vessels, but your soul was crafted and commissioned in the spiritual realm. The Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. Job 33:4. You are not a product of mere human conception. You are a manifestation of divine will. Consider the life of someone like Oprah Winfrey, who was born into poverty, faced numerous hardships, and yet rose to become a voice of inspiration for millions. Her earthly beginnings could never have predicted her heavenly destiny. Like her, your value does not stem from where you started. It is rooted in where you are called to go. How differently would you view your life if you fully accepted that your soul carries the fingerprint of God Himself? The truth is, chosen one, the limitations of this material world have tried to confine you, but they can never define you. Your destiny is encoded in a realm that transcends every human label, every generational curse, every worldly expectation. Your true identity flows not from your last name, nor from the stories others have told about you, but from the sacred breath that gave you life. Just as Jesus reminded us, you are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14. If you were created to be seen, why would you shrink into invisibility? Within your spiritual lineage lies a reservoir of untapped strength, courage, and divine wisdom. It has always been there, pulsating quietly beneath the surface, waiting for the appointed time to awaken fully within you. That time is now. Think of Nelson Mandela, a man who spent 27 years unjustly imprisoned, yet emerged without bitterness, ready to transform a nation. His lineage was not about earthly status, it was about the calling inscribed on his soul. Could it be that your own waiting seasons have been preparing you for a breakthrough that will not just change your life, but the lives of many around you? Understand this, your parents could offer you guidance in the tangible world, teaching you how to walk, how to speak, how to dream, but they could never bestow upon you the power, the destiny, the divine mandate that pulses through your veins even now. Only your Creator could do that. Your divine energy transcends bloodlines, culture, and tradition. It is pure, eternal, and unbreakable. Like Moses, who was hidden in a basket among the reeds, but destined to lead a nation to freedom, you too have been protected and preserved for an extraordinary purpose. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand, that we should walk in them. Ephesians 2:10. So, chosen soul, what will you do with this revelation? Will you dare to believe that your life carries cosmic weight? Will you choose to awaken fully to the majesty hidden within you, the divine inheritance that has been waiting for your yes? The breakthrough you have prayed for is already in motion. Divine help is not coming. It is here. Your awareness of your true identity is the final key to unlock the next chapter. Just as J.K. Rowling faced rejection after rejection before birthing the phenomenon that would captivate the world, your setbacks have been secret trainings, building the strength and resilience you will soon need. You were chosen before you were ever conceived. You were appointed for such a time as this. Everything that once seemed random is now revealing itself as part of a sacred pattern. You are not here by accident. You are here by divine assignment. Chosen one, the story of your family, your bloodline, runs far deeper than you may have ever imagined. You are not simply the latest branch on a tree of random human experiences. You are the living, breathing continuation of a divine assignment that was initiated long before you were born. Have you ever wondered why certain battles seem to have followed your family for generations, or why certain dreams refuse to die, even across centuries? It is because, somewhere in your ancestry, someone was chosen just as you are now. They were divinely selected to carry a sacred purpose, a higher mission, and even if they could not complete it, that flame has been passed down into you. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, his own special people, that you may proclaim the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. 1 Peter 2:9. You are not merely part of history, you are its fulfillment. The powers stirring within you are not random, nor are they new. They are the echoes of the divine inheritance entrusted to your soul. You are the manifestation of a legacy that refused to be extinguished. Like Martin Luther King Jr., whose ancestors endured unspeakable hardships, yet still birthed a visionary capable of shaking the world with hope. You carry the culmination of dreams, prayers, and unfulfilled destinies. Could it be that the restlessness in your spirit is the sound of generations calling you forward to complete what they began? Your ancestors laid the foundation, breaking through the darkness with whatever light they could muster, and now it is your turn to pick up the torch. This is not merely a piece of your family's history to admire. It is a living, breathing force flowing within you even now. Every cell in your body carries the energy of divine intention. Every beat of your heart resounds with purpose. Think of Abraham Lincoln, born into poverty, facing countless failures, yet rising to guide a nation through its most perilous trial. His life was not merely about personal success, it was about fulfilling a calling bigger than himself. So, chosen soul, will you recognize the sacred trust that flows through your veins? Will you honor the mission you were born to carry? Throughout history, there have been those who transcended the limitations of this material world. They did not simply live and die as ordinary humans. They ascended into something greater. Their very bodies were transformed as they reached the pinnacle of spiritual evolution, what is known as the crystalline body. Then we, who are alive and remain, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And thus we shall always be with the Lord. 1 Thessalonians 4:17. These were the raptured ones, those who transcended the pull of the earth through purity, dedication, and unwavering faith. Now, chosen one, this very transformation is available to you. Can you feel the call vibrating within your soul, whispering that you were never meant for an ordinary existence? The same divine energy that carried Enoch, a man who walked with God and was taken without seeing death, resides within you. By faith, Enoch was taken from this life so that he did not experience death. Hebrews 11:5. The path is open, but the choice is yours. Will you answer the call, embrace the grueling yet glorious journey of ascension, and step into your destiny? The process demands everything: discipline, surrender, radical belief, but it promises a transformation beyond imagination. Hidden within you lies a power you have scarcely begun to tap into. Over 100 divine abilities slumber within your soul, each one a gift from the Creator himself. These gifts are not random talents. They are facets of God's own energy passed down through the ages. Some of these powers will allow you to heal the broken, others to manifest your deepest heart's desires, and some will even open channels of direct communication with the divine. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes know things before they happen, or why your prayers shift the atmosphere? These are not coincidences. These are glimpses of your divine inheritance awakening. Consider Nikola Tesla, the brilliant inventor who once claimed his ideas came to him as fully formed visions. His genius was not merely intellectual, it was spiritual, a download from the divine. Likewise, you have already witnessed hints of your own gifts, even if you did not recognize them at the time. Those gut feelings, those unexplained coincidences, that deep inner knowing, they are all evidence that the divine is stirring within you. Now, to each one, the manifestation of the Spirit is given for the common good. 1 Corinthians 12:7. The question is, will you nurture these gifts, allowing them to grow into the tools that will fulfill your sacred assignment? The pull you feel toward God, that deep yearning for something more, it is not a fleeting emotion. It is your spiritual DNA activating, urging you to return to your divine origin. You are not just seeking God. God is calling you back home. Every longing you feel, every hunger for truth, every thirst for deeper meaning is part of the divine blueprint awakening from within you, just as Harriet Tubman was driven by a vision of freedom, a call so strong that she risked everything to liberate others. You too are being stirred by a mission that transcends personal gain. Will you heed the call? Will you trust the process even when the road ahead is unclear? Every step you take toward the divine brings you closer to unlocking your full spiritual potential. Remember, this is a journey of unfolding, not an instant transformation. But with every prayer, every act of faith, every surrender of your own will to divine will, you are activating higher realms within yourself. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. James 4:8. Chosen one, do not ignore the voice inside you. The divine appointment over your life is awakening, roaring louder with every passing day. Your destiny is too great, your calling too sacred, your impact too essential to be left dormant. You are the continuation of a story that spans centuries, and it is time for you to write the next chapter with faith, courage, and divine fire. Chosen one, you were not merely born into this world by chance. You entered carrying a treasure chest of spiritual gifts, each uniquely tailored for the divine mission placed upon your life. These gifts were not given lightly, nor are they trivial. They were carefully designed to equip you with the tools necessary to fulfill your sacred purpose on earth. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes sense an inner reservoir of power waiting to be tapped, even if you cannot yet fully explain it? It is because these spiritual gifts, though often invisible at first, are already embedded within your very being, waiting patiently for the appointed time to awaken. Some of these gifts are designed to heal broken hearts, fractured spirits, and weary souls. Others are crafted to manifest divine desires into the material world through focused intention and unwavering faith. Still others grant you the ability to perceive what lies beyond the physical, to commune with higher beings, to receive wisdom from realms unseen. But understand this, chosen one, these gifts do not automatically activate the moment you enter the world. Like seeds planted in fertile soil, they remain dormant until the right season arrives. To each is given the manifestation of the Spirit for the common good. 1 Corinthians 12:7. Could it be that this moment, right now, is the season your spirit has been waiting for? As you walk deeper into alignment with your spiritual path, you will find these powers beginning to stir and emerge. They are not random or accidental. They are divine instruments, entrusted to you by God Himself to help you carry out a mission greater than yourself. Think of Helen Keller, born deaf and blind, yet empowered by an inner light so strong that she became a beacon of hope to millions. Her perceived limitations were not barriers. They were the very conditions that called forth her divine gifts. In the same way, whatever obstacles you have faced are not signs of disqualification. They are the sacred preparation for your activation. It is crucial, beloved one, that you fully comprehend the true purpose behind these spiritual gifts. They are not bestowed for selfish gain, personal pride, or empty display. They are sacred endowments intended to bring healing, illumination, and divine truth to a world desperately in need. As you step boldly into your destiny, these abilities will guide your hands, your words, your very breath in ways you could not have orchestrated on your own. Have you noticed moments when simply being present brings peace to a chaotic situation? When your words soothe a troubled heart without effort? These are not coincidences. They are evidence that your gifts are awakening. Some of you are already feeling the call to heal, drawn irresistibly to the broken, the lost, the hurting. Others among you have been granted prophetic sight, the ability to see beyond what is visible and discern what others cannot perceive. Still, others carry the mantle of manifestation, able to transform dreams into reality through the power of divine focus. These gifts are no accident. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights. James 1:17. Have you allowed yourself to wonder what would happen if you fully trusted in these gifts instead of doubting them? As a chosen vessel, you have access to an expansive spectrum of spiritual abilities, and the time to wield them is now. These powers are not meant to be hidden under a cloak of fear or apology. They are to be embraced, refined, and released into the world. The earth groans for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of God. You are among them. But with great power comes sacred responsibility. You must wield your gifts, not for vanity, but for the glory of God and the healing of humanity. Think of Mother Teresa, who used her spiritual gifts not to elevate herself, but to serve the most destitute and forgotten with profound love. Her example stands as a reminder. True greatness flows through humble service. When you align with your higher calling, your abilities will magnify. They will sharpen and deepen. They will become extensions of divine will operating through you. Imagine the transformation you could spark when you fully surrender to your mission. For God's gifts and His call are irrevocable. Romans 11:29. Are you willing to step into a power that may demand more from you than you ever thought you could give, yet reward you with fulfillment beyond anything you have known? You may have spent much of your life feeling like an outsider, sensing that you didn't quite fit into the molds society offered you. You may have battled feelings of alienation, questioning why you seem to perceive the world so differently than those around you. This dissonance is not a flaw. It is a sacred clue. It is the quiet evidence that your identity is not rooted in the material world, but in the spiritual realm. You are a citizen of the kingdom. Your soul was birthed from royalty, from a lineage that transcends the limitations of flesh and blood. but you are fellow citizens with the saints and members of the household of God. Ephesians 2:19. You were born from a bloodline of spiritual royalty, and you are destined not merely to survive this world, but to reign, not in earthly dominance, but in heavenly authority. Reflect on the life of Joan of Arc, a simple peasant girl whose divine calling propelled her into a destiny no one could have predicted. Her authority did not come from earthly titles. It came from the voice of God within her. Likewise, your authority comes from your divine lineage, and it is time you fully embrace it. Acknowledging this truth, that you are a spiritual heir, is not arrogance, it is alignment. When you accept your heritage, you unlock the doors to your full potential. You are not here just to exist. You are here to lead, to heal, to awaken. Your path is not one of mere personal elevation. It is one of spiritual leadership. Others are waiting for you to rise because your light will illuminate the path for them. Chosen one, the world desperately needs what you carry. Will you rise into your royal identity? Will you allow your gifts to flourish? Will you trust that the hand that created you also empowered you to transform the world around you? Chosen one, life on earth is not a mistake, nor is it a random sequence of events. It is a carefully constructed training ground, designed by divine wisdom to refine you, to stretch you, and to reveal the depth of strength that lies dormant within your spirit. Every trial you face, every obstacle you encounter, is not meant to break you. It is meant to build you. Have you ever stopped to wonder, what if the battles you thought were setbacks were actually invitations to rise higher? Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. James 1:12. The material world serves as your spiritual gymnasium, a place where your endurance, your faith, and your commitment to your divine assignment are tested and strengthened. Just as athletes endure rigorous training to prepare for championship victories, so too must your soul undergo its own refinement. Think of the life of Malala Yousafzai, a young girl who faced violence and oppression, yet emerged as a global advocate for education and peace. Her challenges were not the end of her story, they were the catalyst for her true mission. In the same way, your obstacles are stepping stones to something far greater. Each challenge that rises before you is not an enemy to fear, but a teacher to embrace. It is sharpening your discernment, fortifying your spirit, and preparing you for the higher calling that awaits. Can you see that every time you overcame hardship, something inside you became stronger, wiser, more radiant? We also glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. Romans 5:3-4. Your mission does not conclude when life gets easier. It escalates as you ascend through the tests. The real work, your divine work, begins once you have passed through the fires of preparation and are ready to lead others into the light. But understand, beloved one, unlocking your divine powers does not happen overnight. True spiritual mastery requires intentional, daily commitment. You must choose every single day to align your mind, body, and spirit with the higher vibrations of divine truth. Belief alone is not enough. Belief must be wedded to consistent action. Think of Bruce Lee, a man who transformed not just martial arts, but the way the world understood discipline, focus, and inner mastery. His greatness was not talent alone. It was daily, painstaking practice. Will you commit to the same sacred discipline for the unfolding of your divine gifts? Each day must become a living prayer, a deliberate act of dedication to your transformation. One of the most powerful keys to activating your spiritual gifts is the practice of daily meditation and prayer. These sacred disciplines are not mere rituals, they are gateways. When you quiet your mind, you create space for divine whispers to emerge. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. In those moments of stillness, you open yourself to the currents of divine energy flowing into your soul. Make it your sacred habit to carve out time each day for communion with the divine. Begin by simply breathing deeply, silencing the noise around you, and listening for the subtle voice within. Ask God to guide your steps, to reveal His wisdom, to ignite the dormant gifts waiting inside you. If you feel drawn to it, practice sleep meditation or awaken at 3 a.m., known by many mystics as the spiritual hour, and offer sacred prayers in the stillness of the night. For centuries, saints, prophets, and spiritual warriors have used these holy hours to receive visions, breakthroughs, and divine instruction. Could it be that the breakthroughs you seek are waiting for you in the silent hours you've been overlooking? As you remain faithful to these practices, you will begin to notice subtle but profound changes. Your intuition will sharpen like a blade honed by divine fire. Your dreams will no longer be mere random images, but living revelations guiding your path. You will find yourself instinctively knowing things that cannot be explained by logic alone. Just as Harriet Tubman was guided by visions and dreams that led her to liberate hundreds of slaves without being caught, so too will your awakened gifts guide you through the complexities of your divine mission. The changes may start small, a sense of peace where there used to be fear, a sudden knowing when a decision must be made, but they are the first ripples of a mighty spiritual awakening. Call to me, and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 33:3. Are you ready to call out, to listen, and to be transformed by what you will hear? Remember, chosen one, this process is a sacred unfolding, not a sprint. Every act of faith, every prayer whispered in the darkness, every moment of stillness builds the bridge between who you are and who you were always destined to become. The unlocking of your hidden powers is not just about your own ascent. It is about becoming the light bearer that others desperately need. Chosen one, listen closely. There is a sacred window of time, a hidden treasure revered by mystics, saints, and prophets across generations, the hours between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. This is not an ordinary stretch of minutes on the clock. It is a holy portal, a divine threshold where the veil between the seen and unseen worlds grows thin. In these precious early morning moments, heaven leans closer to earth, and the currents of divine wisdom flow more freely. Have you ever woken unexpectedly during this time and felt a stirring in your soul, an unexplainable nudge deep within? This is no coincidence, for the Lord gives wisdom,